So, one of the biggest things that people run into when they're trying to get healthy or lose weight is their emotions. Now, your emotions play a huge deal in obviously how you feel, but also on how you act, how your brain perceives the world around you. So it's incredibly important to make sure that our emotions are on our side and not getting hijacked by the things that are in our environment and the people around us and what's going on in our day-to-day lives, because we want to keep going in a positive direction rather than letting ourselves become victims of the latest bad news, right? So our brains are wired for bad news. That's the problem. Our brain is extremely sensitive to bad news. In fact, a psychological researcher at Mayo Institute by the name of Amit Sood, he actually looked at how sensitive people's brains are, and he estimated that people's brains are about 4 times more sensitive to negative or bad news than they are for good news. Well, that's a problem because we're surrounded by bad news all the time. It's in the newspapers, it's in our Twitter feeds, it's on Facebook, it's on TV. It's even in the movies that we go to see. I mean, bad news after bad news, disaster after disaster. And so we have to make sure that we're aware of the impact that has on us. So when we are exposed to that bad news, what it does is it increases our level of stress. It releases stress hormones in our body because when we hear that bad news, it's just like hearing that there's danger. And your body gets itself revved up, ready to react to that danger. And that means poor health, increased weight, when we chronically have those stress hormones all the time. So one of the things that we have to pay attention to is that we can be a source of bad news or negativity as well. So not only are we bombarded by stuff from the outside, but we can also be a source of it. If we're always correcting people, even the people we love, we're telling them, oh, you did this wrong, or you did that wrong, or I didn't like this, or you shouldn't do that, you have to be really careful because we are wired to be sensitive to those kind of things. And if that's all people are hearing from you all the time, guess what? They're going to feel bad about themselves, and they're going to start feeling bad about you as well. So don't let people be around you who are constantly bombarding you with negativity. Don't expose yourself to negative input from TV, movies, radio, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. And don't be a source of negativity for other people because they won't want to be around you. It ruins marriages, it ruins relationships, it ruins friendships, and it ruins your health. All right? So that negativity can be, like I said, both internal, so what's going on in your head, the chatter in your own brain. You could be negative towards yourself. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, this is too hard. Oh, I've never been able to do this before. I won't be able to do this again. Or it could be external. So people telling you things, oh, you can't do that, oh, this isn't the best way to do this, oh, you did that wrong, or TV, movies, all those things that I mentioned already. All right, so what do we need to do? Well, we want to change that negativity towards positive conversations. We want to start having positive conversations with ourselves and positive conversations with other people. So when we meet a challenge, hey, say to yourself, hey, this is a challenge, but I'm up for this challenge. This is something new. If this was easy, anybody could do it, but I'm going to do it because I'm going to work hard at it. And it doesn't matter that I might not get results right away. I'm going to work hard at this. Right? So keep that conversation as positive as you can with yourself. And give yourself some mental high fives every once in a while when you have a little bit of an achievement, or you succeed in something, or you stick with something for a while. It's important to give yourself that little bit of positive feedback so that you keep going and you keep yourself feeling good and you reduce your level of stress. All right? So other things you need to do is remember, if we are 4 times more sensitive to negativity, before you criticize any person, just think to yourself, how many positive comments, how many positive things have I said to this person over the last few days? And if you haven't said anything positive to them, just drop that negative thing, okay? Just drop it and give something positive instead. Once you've given about 5 positive pieces of information, you can feel comfortable that they'll be willing to listen to 1 negative piece of information from you. That, if you're giving them a piece of criticism, I mean, it's like Guys, if it's your wife and you don't like what she cooked, if you haven't told her she's beautiful, you brought her flowers, you tell her how wonderful that cooking smelled, you tell her a comment on her dress and everything else. When you walk in the house, you give her a big hug and welcome, as if you're welcoming her home as opposed to her welcoming you home, then don't comment on it, okay? And ladies, same thing. If your guy comes in and you're talking to him and you haven't given him a comment about how nice they look today, or hey, I like that shirt, or whatever it is, and you haven't given him at least 5 pieces of positive feedback in the last couple days, just leave out the criticism about why'd you put your shoes there, all right? Just keep it positive, okay? Because that's the way you build relationships, and that's the way you get people to move on things that are important to you that are negative in a positive way. All right, hope that helped. For more tips, check out silenceyourfatgene.com to check out my new book, Silence Your Fat Gene. Like this video and share it with others. And we'll see you at the next video.